Oh, I had clicked live. Yes,
That's
we
fine.
are live. Hello, everyone. How do you do? I got the time completely mixed up. I thought we were going 30 minutes earlier. I looked at the schedule and I realized it was 30 minutes later, which was a good opportunity for me to grab something to snack on. So we are now here. Hello, Selassie.
Hello, Zama. Yes,
Come back. How you doing?
yes, I'm doing great. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you for asking. So the
Right.
last time you came and we talked a lot about Pragmatic Jakpa. But before we
Mm-hmm.
go any further, this week a Nigerian brother has been crucified for going to say something on the network. And I want to
Yeah,
start that conversation from there because there
mm-hmm.
are lessons for all of us to learn on here,
Exactly, exactly.
especially those of us who are small, insignificant. When a platform like the BBC calls you, you get flattered,
Mm.
you
Mm-hmm.
get flustered.
Mm-hmm.
You are flattered and flustered. You talk from your nyash.
Yeah, yeah. You missed it.
I feel sorry for him. I mean, people are now blaming him for a UK policy change. He can't be responsible for a UK policy change. I actually
Yeah,
recorded
yeah.
it today that we will put up. Anyway, what did you learn from that episode? Let's ask from your point before we go any further. What have you learned?
Yeah, thank you, Zama. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, all viewers. Good evening to everyone who is watching, wherever you are watching from. Thank you so much for being here. And Zama, in fact, I listened to the snippet of the interview, and my simple conclusion was he wasn't ready for that interview because he missed the whole point. He had an opportunity to first of all promote himself, secondly to also project the essence of all the programs that we as Africans are taking advantage of. But he missed the whole point, and he wanted to prove a point. I mean, this is a common knowledge to most of the embassies all over the world, but it's not spoken, it's not written in anywhere. But they know that. I mean, because think about it, they work with our own people in their country, home country. There are Ghanaians working in the American embassies, the UK embassies, Nigerians working in the embassy, so they know some of these little tricks and little things and little thoughts. But
Forget embassies. This is
exactly,
common, isn't it,
yeah.
Selassie? Eh. But you've
And
made
you
a
see,
really good point.
and there is an economic benefit for all of them. So
Thank you.
they can't just get up and say they are giving you scholarship, they are giving you this opportunity for nothing. No, there is a benefit for them. And on my page, I brought out a document. The US has lost drastically. There's been a very serious drawback on foreign students coming to the US. So what is the plan? They've revamped their application process. They've revamped the qualifications. They've revamped everything in order to make it attractive for foreign students to come in, and all in a bid because they saw the benefits they are getting from it culturally, economically, and always. And there was the tail end of the report. It was like they want Americans to be ready for the global market,
Of course.
and by bringing these foreign students, they think it makes them ready for the global market
Oh,
because
yeah.
the diversity, they learn the
Aware.
diversity and all that. So
Yes.
it is not like they don't benefit, they do. It's just that the same way for UK, for instance, the same way they did with Brexit. We want our land, we want the people to go. Now they themselves are now opening up. And think about this, Tama. UK is the most diverse country so far in Europe because you to the extent that you have an Indian who is the prime minister. I mean, you have Ghanaians who are MPs in the UK. You have Nigerians who are holding positions in UK. So it's the most diverse country. And you see, the guy, I mean, he had opportunity. If I have that such opportunity, oh, I think I should hit my first 1 million with that opportunity with on all my platforms because I would rather project the benefits that these foreign students are bringing to the country rather than trying to say how or why we are coming. So it's unfortunate, but it's a lesson to all of us. If you have such a platform, you use it wisely, and you must be prepared because I'm sure they have given him enough time to prepare for that interview. So he must go in with a plan. He had no plan. So
Well, he
he
also
was,
knows. And again,
mm,
I made this video that I'll put out later to discuss
yeah,
it, but I felt this is a good opportunity also to put this out for the smaller
yeah,
content. I am very sure the BBC invited a lot of bigger fish,
hmm,
but those who understand the game and know how easy
exactly,
a bushman tactic by
hmm,
a big platform like this decided to decline.
exactly,
I'm sure they would have even filmed some of the interviews that did not fit their agenda, so they did not air.
hmm,
It would not shock me that people granted interviews that they chose in the end not to air because it didn't fit the agenda. I think this one,
yeah,
I've heard stories that he just arrived in the UK last year. So he's new. He's excited.
yeah,
If any of those stories is to be believed, he's new, he's excited. He was unprepared for the
hmm,
platform.
hmm,
And if you are unprepared for things like that, you will goof on this level.
exactly,
Sorry for him also for all the things that some of our people are blaming him for, and that the policy change is all his fault. That's also ridiculous.
yeah. It wasn't his
He said,
fault. I think it was in the plan. Per what I've read so far, it was in the plan
they've been
already.
planning on this for nearly a decade. You hear me?
Exactly, exactly.
Nearly a decade. This has been in the pipeline. This is not
Oh.
because of MD is not why they are changing the policy. This policy change, they have tried it many, many times. And yeah, in my video, I was discussing the things we need to do to make them rescind the decision. I'll put that
Yeah,
out. We can
yeah.
all discuss it. But let me come to you, Selassie. So this next man who is busy talking about Japa, because all the platforms discussing Japa have also
Hmm.
all we've undergone fire this week
Yeah,
because
yeah.
MD. Anybody who's discussing Japa has also felt the fire. You people
Hmm.
talk too much. You people over Sabi. Have you seen any of those videos?
Not really. I've not really, apart from my circle of content creators I follow, I've not really seen any of those. And nobody
Hey,
has even made that comment. But maybe
very
I should look out for more.
no, maybe you shouldn't. I'm glad you have it actually. Most of it
Yeah.
is backlash from the Nigerian community, but a lot
Mm,
of them were also attacking the platforms who are putting out information about scholarships and about how to enroll into universities. To be honest,
yeah.
if you're a content creator who is putting out good quality information, which is
Exactly.
beneficial to our people, I would
Yeah.
like to encourage you to persevere.
Exactly.
I would encourage you to
Exactly.
persevere because of guys like you, information has become accessible.
Hmm.
People did not know programs existed who now know, and
Yeah.
they are able to capitalize on some of these programs for their benefits. And so, no, please don't stop. Please continue.
We'll
Be
stop. We'll stop.
mindful. Be
Yes.
mindful of the
Yeah.
things you say when you end up on some of these platforms. So,
Exactly.
let's continue where we stopped off. Last time we were discussing inviting foreign teachers to come to the
Hmm.
US. Let's
Yeah.
actually listen to some of the success stories from your end and from the people you know. What's the real advantage when some of our people come to the US to come teach?
All right, thank you, Sama. One so far, in fact, since I started the page in February on February 6th, and with a few because the agencies normally start their recruitment all the way back from let's say September of the particular year. So at the time I started the page, the I had a lot of people behind the scenes that I was already helping. And when I created the page, also a lot of people came on board. In fact, some have gotten schools through the page from the information that I shared. And I had a lot of people going to, I mean, some are going to Texas, Chicago, North Carolina, South Carolina, and they are all coming. And in the previous years, a lot we have done enough to help a lot of our own people to come here with their families because the benefits are a lot apart from the financial benefits, which we all know and we all try to compare with our home countries, you also have the opportunity to, I mean, do a lot of things for yourself, self development, for your family. your kids go to school for free. They have access to certain level of education and opportunities that they may not normally have access to back home from where we are, because some of those opportunities are like privileges for the rich, but here it's accessible to all. So, for instance, personally, my daughter, I mean, she learned how to swim. She has learned. She's in the volleyball team. In church, she's very active. They go, they do plays, they do recitals in church, and in the school, I mean, she's been recognized like twice, 2 years in a row. She was the best in her class and her cohort. And I look at all the developments and how we are. I mean, we don't even push her. We don't even over push her. But the little exposure and this opportunity, the swimming, for instance, we paid her about $30. For the volleyball, you pay less than $40. I mean, all the rest that we are giving her, you realize that if we were to be back home to go and learn swimming, you have to pay a lot of money to have access to some of these basic, and for me, the community's availability also is also part. Some of the things I get for free now, I never knew they even existed. I thought I must pay, but we are accessing them for free. And those things alone, for me, I tell people, those are the reasons you should come. Yes, but not only for yourself, for your family, for the generations behind you, and for the opportunities and the platforms that it will put you yourself personally. I mean, it's good. It's good. And a lot of the teachers, some don't want to come out, but the few that you speak to behind the scenes, they tell you how glad they are that they made the move. Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's
Mm.
quite life transforming for everybody in the family, not
Yeah.
necessarily just the teachers.
Oh,
The
yes.
teachers,
No.
the family at large
Mm-hmm.
can benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to
Exactly.
think that the income we raise here does not stay here. A lot of us send some of these as remittances
Oh,
back home.
yes.
So you
Exactly.
are actually able to
Exactly.
affect lives back home significantly
Mm-hmm.
with the
Mm-hmm.
raised income, which is the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Last time we set the scene, we raised the bar, uh, dream. Now today I want to actually drill down a little bit about the things
Mm-hmm.
you actually have to do if you
Good.
fancy yourself being able to get here. So on
Mm-hmm.
your program, say I am brand new, I fancy
Yeah.
myself as a teacher in Timbuktu, wanting to come.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need? Oh, Ellen has also hit some big ones. Simple things like eye tests for the
Oh, yes.
kids,
Yes.
hearing tests, and simple. And Maupemo is still here, says, as for the Jakpa, it must happen, even if it takes years. And Maupemo, you are the reason why I want Selassie to actually tell us some of the things you need to do in
Mm.
preparation. So
Yeah.
Maupemo wants to Jakpa by thunder, by fire. Okay, what does
Yes.
Maupemo need to do?
All right, this Amma, thank you. First of all, to teach in the US, especially, maybe in the conversation I may mention other countries, but I want to focus on the US now.
Please do.
The first thing you need is the basic qualification is a degree, a university degree, at least 3 years or 4 years university degree.
With
That
the
is what you
teaching.
need. Yes, with the teachers. So they don't need your training college. They don't need anything before. They don't need your HND. They need a degree. Whether you are teaching kindergarten or nursery one, nursery two, whichever level you are teaching, they need a degree for you to start your teaching. So that is number one. Then number two, you have to go onto the agencies. There are agencies that have been licensed by the U.S. government to help with the recruitment process. So you first of all have to apply with some of these agencies, and through them, they ask you for all kind of documentations which you upload to them. They do the processes before you can come. Now, the agencies, there are so many of them. Some of them, in fact, majority of them do it for free. It's not free as in free, but on our end, we are the end users. It's kind of free for us. But some of them also, I mean, they let you pay for all the fees that are involved. The US government pays these agencies for bringing you in conjunction with the school district. So normally, they may not take the money directly from you, but some of them too will tell you to pay. and it is nothing compared to what people are paying for agents and other things to travel. So for me, I always tell people, listen, this is $3,500. It is nothing. Pay it, get here, you will recoup that money in a month. And some of them have listened, and some of them too are holding back, but I don't fault them.
Mhm.
So the first thing is your degree. Then other documents that you need that are very important are the transcript and your passport. Now, transcripts, you will need to do transcript evaluation so that they can match your qualification, the courses you did, and your GPA with the US standard to see if it matches with their standard that they have here or they are looking for in teachers because they have teacher preparation programs that they give to their teachers here. So they need to match it. And when these two are done, the rest are just normal documentation, police report, your birth, your birth cert, your whatever, all those little documentations and letters from your school, the school district, proof that you are a teacher, your bank statement, and all that. All these things are things that they require from you, and that is when you have begun the application process with the agency. So in one of my videos on my page, I have uh, enumerated some of these agencies, and I've talked about extensively about the documentation process, what you need, and why they require those documents, and how you can do it. And once you go to all the platforms are different, but they all require almost the same documentation, almost the same documentation. So I tell people once you have a transcript evaluation, you can use it for all 5 or 10 agencies. It doesn't matter because they will all require you for the same thing. So you need it. So that is the basic concept, and that is the whole idea. All the interviews will be conducted online. All the interviews they'll conduct with you will be online. So you just need a good internet connection and a device. Some of the agencies prefer doing theirs on WhatsApp. Some also will prefer doing it on their laptop. So whatever the agency prefers, then you have to make yourself available for that day. Then you do. Once you go through those documentations and the interviews and you pass, you are now assigned to schools where these principals will also have to interview you. So there are about 3 interview stages. The first one, we call it the basic one, which is just to know you. Who is Selassie? I mean, what is your name? How long have you been teaching? What do you teach? Which level do you teach? Then the second interview is what we call the professional interview. Most of them conduct it 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes even 1 hour. And this is where they test your knowledge on the teaching process itself, the pedagogy, whatever you have, the classroom management, and all that. Then, when you are done with that one and you pass, they move you to where you meet with the principals. Now, with the principals, they are also going to question you. They are also going to interview you for the job that they are looking for. So, these are the basic 3 major ones. All the others are preparation. You are going to be doing webinars with the agencies and all that. Those ones, they come based on the agency's recruitment process and how they want their things done. So that is basically the full idea or the whole picture of how it looks. Maybe unless I've left out some details that maybe you may ask. Yes.
You've done more than enough. And I keep telling people,
Yeah.
nobody is going to come and slap you across the face with websites. Sister, let him give us the
Mm-hmm.
name of the agency. No, you go to Google and type in the names of the agency. It's available on Google. Yeah. What he is
Yeah.
here to do is to give you a basic idea
Mm.
so that the smart ones will go off and go and work. And
Yeah.
yes, sometimes some of you are lazy, can't be bothered to do it. Then you come and pay a consultation so he can spend his time doing it. No, Selassie, we've got to be straight up.
Yeah.
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 You cannot expect him to come and do this for you for free, whilst you
Mm.
sit somewhere, cross your legs, and when you get paid, it comes to your pocket. It just doesn't work that way. We've got to start becoming realistic. But I think
Yeah.
LA has been very nice to all of you.
Yeah.
So first one is a degree. Teaching is a
Mm.
degree job in most of
Yeah.
the countries. You
Yeah.
need it. I have a
Yeah.
postgraduate. I have a diploma. They don't care.
No,
You
they
have
don't care.
certificates. I have a certificate of basic education and middle education. They don't care. Do you have a degree? That's the first question. And if the
Yeah,
answer is affirmative, we proceed. If you don't
exactly.
have it and you intend to teach abroad, I hope you are hearing me.
Mm,
Honey, get yourself on a degree program ASAP because you will need it.
exactly.
You will.
Exactly.
Two,
Exactly.
you will need an agency, or sometimes you can also go directly and find employers, again, depending on how much time you want to do. I always tell
Exactly.
you guys, if you go to tes.com, they have all the teaching jobs worldwide.
Mm,
Times Education Supplement, they have been hosting all the teaching jobs from every country you can imagine. There are
mm,
African countries which apply, they advertise there.
mm-hmm,
Middle East, Far East, people from the Americas. If you are looking for one place with a repository of jobs, it will be
mm.
TES.com. There are other ones, but go to TEST. When you go to
Okay.
TEST, identify the schools, you can identify the kind of qualifications they want because they all list them. The
Mm-hmm,
desirable, essential. You can clearly see. A lot of them will tell you the things they need and you match them with your profile. And if you are smart and you don't have something, well, you go get it and then you come.
mm,
The
yeah.
transcript plus the evaluation, absolutely. And for some people, you do need to attest the authenticity of your documents. So you might
Mm-hmm,
need to take it to your foreign office or its equivalent and have
yeah.
it attested. You will need, at the first stage in attestation is to have a notary public look
Yeah.
at the document and confirm that it's original, authentic. They often take the
Mm-hmm,
copy and they attest. Then
yeah.
it goes to either the Foreign and Commonwealth Office if you are British, or it goes to the equivalent of your foreign affairs
Mm-hmm,
body, which acknowledges and assesses and admits that things are authentic. So they do. Then you go with it to the embassy of the country you are moving to, they do their bits, and then you've got your evaluation and attestation done.
mm, mm,
Obviously, you need your passport and your birth certificate. And yes, you need your qualified teacher status somehow,
mm.
some
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
proof of it.
Yeah.
Then you must be willing to come into the interview stage to come chat about, and they will ask you questions like, how do you address the behavior of teenagers
Mm-hmm,
who
mm-hmm,
give us an instance where you have had a difficult conversation with the parents because you will have them. Can you tell us the things that you do for professional development? They will ask you because they want
mm-hmm.
to know if you are somebody who's looking to stagnate or you
Yeah.
are progressive. Selassie does more of these on his page. His page is mro.com. Don't come into my inbox and ask me to supply it. I don't get it. I don't have it. I doesn't have. You hear me? Go to mro.com and go with your pen and paper. Go take your time. Sister, can you find his actual video? You don't have time to go and find the video. You think I have time to go and find his video for you? Don't waste your time. I don't have time to go find Selassie's video, and Selassie doesn't even have time to find his own video for you. It is on the page. Go to the page, invest a bit of time for yourself, look for the videos, watch the videos, and find the information.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, I wanted to throw light on the evaluation, the transcript evaluation. It is
Please.
done by, I mean, worldwide organizations that are recognized for evaluating transcript. So I know a lot of people are aware. If you are on this Jakpa journey, either through education or this teaching thing, you are aware of the evaluating company. WES is the common one from Canada, but in US you can use Pantran, you can use EduPers. A lot of them. There are a lot of them. And with my experience so far, Spantran is one of the common ones that most of the districts, I mean, uses because the evaluation is well spelled out and the modalities are very good. So a lot of the school districts, apart from Texas, some of the schools will specifically tell you to go to this company. Then that one you can use. But other than that, you can use any of these worldwide services to get it done. Yes.
Okay. Joseph
Yeah.
Sam, how are you doing? Okay, Joseph, please listen to the conversation and start helping yourself.
Yeah.
If you are not educated, only SHS, teaching is not for you.
Yeah.
The first problem you have is the degree. So you go and you get a plan to get a
Mm-hmm.
degree.
Mm-hmm.
Either that you become a self-sponsoring person where you work and then you use the money to also study. There are many students who study and pay for themselves because
Yeah.
they want to make the progress. Or you can also continue to pray for a benefactor. That one is up in the air. You need a lot of Jesus and some Christ and a lot of favor. Some of you are blessed with that kind of favor, so you may find it. If your luck is like my own, honey, the better thing might be for you to strategize to self fund and get to happening. Okay. So, yeah,
Yeah.
the assistance we can give you, and I can speak for myself, and I'll let Selassie speak for himself. To me, all I can do for you is bring Selassie on this page so Selassie can explain it to you.
Yeah.
All I can do is to tell you my experiences. Me, I am a woman who is sending my son to university this year. Honey, I cannot even meet my own financial commitments. I cannot. Can Amamansen send you 1 cent? No, I cannot. Can Amamansen sit with you and give you a free hour of consultation? No, I cannot. Can Amamansen listen to your family history and sympathize with you about the poverty that has brought you here? I cannot, because it would be a waste of my time and yours. I can't afford it. So Amamansen can raise the conversation. Amamansen can bring resource people. Amamansen will conduct the conversation so that I can invite answers to the questions most of you put in my inbox. But that's the end of
Yeah.
my abilities. I want to be clear. So me, I've spoken for myself. So lastly, what can you do to help?
All right. So, to the best of my ability and my time, I created a Telegram page where all those who require this help, I put them there, and I provided the links to all the agencies. In fact, I keep adding. Even this morning, I added a new link from an agency that one of the teachers called me that he got it. In fact, some of the teachers are doing marvelously. They are going out of their way to even apply to the school districts directly, because some of the school districts, especially in Texas, they can deal with you directly. But you see, the problem is with certification. And you know, when you are coming to teacher, you need certification. If I say professional certification as a teacher, and that is the roadblock a lot of people have come with. So with the agencies, they bridge that gap. So you are given a leeway. You are not
Okay.
required to
Is
write
it
the
my end or
exam.
is it Selassie's end? I think it might be Selassie's end.
What
Okay.
is that?
You are back. Yes.
Oh, I'm back. Okay.
Yes. Back.
All right. So what I was saying is, some of the teachers have gone out of their way to apply to the school district directly. All right, and they are being given opportunities. But what happened was they they had a roadblock in where they asked for their certification, professional certification to teach. What makes them, I mean, possible to teach in the US, but they don't have it because they have some exams you have to write, professional exams you have to write, and then they will give you certification. So why we I always everybody wants to use the agency is that they bridge that gap. So the school districts do not require you to have those certifications because they assume they have done all the processes with you already. So when you come, they give you what we call a temporary certification, which allows you to teach for 5 years. All right. So beyond that, before you can do so, that is why I always advise that if the school district is trying to bring the certification, I mean, issue, just use the agencies. It makes it easier. Yeah. And I
These
provided
are
all the links to these things on my page and the Telegram page as well. So it's become a common knowledge. But still, people come back. Can you fill this for me? Can you? In fact, I cannot do it all. I've done enough to provide the information, the links to the agencies. All you need to do is go to the website, click on it, and upload. You know, unfortunately, some people have fallen victims to, I mean, agents who are taking the money to just upload documents
well, if
because
you are late
basically,
to upload, yes, they should take your money.
yeah,
And because
yeah,
I don't understand, if there is a website with a link for you to upload, and you still go and find somebody else and ask them to
hmm,
upload for you, they should charge you.
yeah,
If you are lazy, you must be prepared to pay. And
hmm,
yeah, Joseph, you only need the right way. Well, look, we don't know the right way. Well, again, I'll speak for me. I don't know the right way. All I can do is provide you the ways available that I have access
Yeah.
to. It is up to you to look at these ways and identifying which one is the right way for you.
Mm-hmm.
The link. The link is all we are telling you. Me, I have already told you tes.com. I will not type it for you. You go yourself, you type tes.com into the web browser, you click on it, and you search for
Mm.
jobs and you play around and you are done.
Exactly.
Sister, on your video about 3 months ago, you said some website. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember my name half of the day. I cannot remember a website I mentioned 3 months ago. You need to go back and find that video from 3 months ago and watch it. Sister,
Yeah.
there was one
Yeah.
time you were chatting to this guy in your car. I don't remember. You have to go back to my page and spend the time to look through the videos and find it. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do it, but you want me to waste my time to do it for you.
Mm.
It doesn't work. So the link, there isn't any direct link. He's mentioned many, many agencies in this
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
What you need is to go to Google. He says he has put the actual direct links on his page. So go to facebook.com
Yeah.
and look for mro.com. And when you find mro.com, the page, scour the page and you will find the links.
Yeah.
When you go and there's a link to register to the Telegram, click on that link, go join the
Mm.
Telegram.
Mm.
Then we are talking. Sister Ama, you know that guy who came on your page? Can I have his number? No, I don't have his number. You can see his video and you can listen
Mm.
to the information. You can go to his page and then you can ask him for his number on his own page. If he wants to give it to you, he will give it to you. Otherwise,
Mm.
I interview him, you have his number. Why wouldn't you give it to me? The fact that I have his number does not authorize me to give it to you. I am not authorized to give you the number just because I have got it. Yeah, Malcolm says, please explore, read wide, go on YouTube, Google. Every information is there. Jakpa is for the brave. Jakpa is for those who are willing to work. In fact, progress is for those who are willing to work. It's not just Jakpa. Whatever you want to do. If people who are in positions already want to know about promotions, you need to have your eye out and see where the jobs are advertised. You must go and find information. You cannot sit in one place and expect to make progress. It just does not work. Anyway, Selassie, so thank you so much for giving us the baseline of the things we need and for letting us know the advantages of this Japa. Somebody has
You're
asked me a
welcome.
question on
Mm-hmm.
so let me raise it to you. So the
Okay.
person said, ask Selassie, why does it concern him that people will japa or not? Why is he wasting his
Mm.
time, using his time on this agenda? What's in it for him?
All right, Dama. Thank you. And I've had this question before, and I had this question when I came here, and one of my friends, in fact, a very good friend, he's been in the program for almost 9 years now, and he's transitioned a lot. And he has my name, so he was like, Selassie, he said, my brother, why are you so concerned about the people? And to tell you the truth, even before I left Ghana, when I got the link and I got the information, I was sharing it with my own colleagues and my friends, even right before I left. Because I have come to believe that if all of us are liberated financially, the burden is not on one person because we are friends growing up. And that was my thought. Always I have this thinking. Friends grow up and one or two are out there and the rest are behind. So it becomes, oh, bro, my kid's school fees, oh, my mother is sick, oh, I don't have anything to eat. And that thing I've observed it among boys a lot. And you know how we grew up, how they train us, we have to help each other, we have to and you grew up with certain group of people and one comes out. Then now the burden is on that one person to always help the others of a sort, even though he's not obligated to. So those things were some of the things that prompted me. I'm like, you know what? Let's all go together. When we get there, because if I provide you the opportunity and you refuse it, at the end of the day, if you call me that, oh, my mother is sick and I say I don't have money, there is nothing you can do because I gave you the opportunity and you refused. So that is the quest. And the quest to see people liberated because I know what poverty can do, and I hate it. In fact, that tribe is not a tribe that anybody should belong to. So it is that whole idea and agenda of liberate, because even money, in fact, Jesus is in his ministry, those of us who go to church, in his ministry is all about money. Even look at the days when he came, the rich were available to provide for him and to help him. But those of us who didn't have the money, the poor, it's not a good side. So, in a simple way, my quest to see people financially liberated is the whole idea. I want you to be liberated financially. Number one. Number two, you should be liberated in the way you think, in the global mindset, in your global mindset. The way we think, we are so myopic. Growing up, I grew up in a very small village in the Volta region. Then quickly, by the time I got to class six, I was moved out to Abri, where I schooled when I went to my JHS, that's a junior high school. And I was like, whoa, so there is a world beyond what I see and what I think. Then I started opening myself up, went to secondary school, went to the university, and I'm like, damn. Then we were thinking in a small way. Then I stayed in Accra. I went to stay in Accra in my sister's house in a very plush gated community. And I look at these young guys having their own 5 bedroom, 7 bedroom houses. And I'm like, what does it take? Even if your child grows up in such an environment, he's going to be interacting with the big guys. So at the end of the day, you create good friends, good people that you go up with, and you get out and you think about it, how opportunities can just come on your lap. Because I met some of the big guys in Ghana that I have friends with. I can call them on the phone and we can talk. And I'm like, how did it come by? Just because of where I was, location. My location brought me closer to some of these people. And one man that I became friends with, we just met he was just walking. And I was also walking towards a mechanic shop. And we just met there, and that's it. The man blew me up to his life, and we talked. And at the end, now we are very close friends. And I'm like, if I had been in a different place, I would have met some of these people. And they challenge your mindset. They challenge your mindset. Look, this is not how you think. If you see me doing this, if you see the man in short, you think he's nothing, but he's commanding billions in the country. Then I started changing my mindset about people, how I see people, how I receive people, and grooming myself for the bigger stage. So the whole idea is, let's move out. Let's liberate ourselves. Give our children opportunities. Because I see some of these big men in that community, and I realize that they are leaving legacies for their children. And these kids didn't have to struggle. They didn't have to struggle for anything. And you see people, we are struggling for basic stuff, basic things, very basic things. So that is the quest. And it burns in my heart. Look, at a point, my wife was like, why are you so worried about people's poverty? I said, yes, it's worrying me because if they don't liberate, I will be the one. And you see the softer part of you. Oh, my mother is sick, and you want to help. Then financially, you are also getting drained. So the whole thing is, look, I'm concerned about poverty because I want you to move out of that thing. Because if you move out, you set everybody free. You set me free. You set all your family people free. You don't have to be calling anybody in the night. And sister, you not sending this money for their deal. And then once they don't mind, you are calling them names. And look, Dama, right at a younger age of I would like to say 15, when I was in GSS, the financial liberation mindset was in me. My father, by nature, when anytime he gives birth to any of his children, he will plant a coconut tree for you. So on the day you are giving birth to, he will plant. He's a farmer. He was a farmer, so he will plant the coconut tree in your name. Now, the whole idea is as you grow, the coconut tree grows. And by the time you are ready to access school and access finance, you have access to something you can plug and sell. So when I grew, all of us, all my sisters, everybody, we had our coconut. Now, I can plug for my sister's own when she's not around, and she can also plug for mine. So I was the last born, and I was the only one left in the village. I went to GSS, and I'm like, no, I need to have my own finance. I need to have my own money. because depending on my sister all the time, she dictates what I can buy, she dictates where I can go. And I didn't want that. So I'm like, okay, let me go back to the village. I went back to the village on a holiday, started plugging the coconut. So when Peter was talking about selling coconut, I was just laughing because I carry coconut on my head. I mean,
Hey, you guys, you're causing stress because me, I can't laugh about coconuts. What is this?
I mean, he had it in a very nice setup where on the truck he was selling. I have to carry it in a pan on my head with all the your mates walking around and they are kind of, hey, look at him, and are kind of laughing at you. But I put out the shame and I went out. I had a friend, very good friend. He will go and plug. He knows how to climb the tree. Sorry. So he will plug. We'll do everything. Then we carry it on my head. We'll go and sell, and I'll make sure we do the plan. I'll give him some money, and I'll keep the rest. And I wasn't accessing only my coconut tree, my sisters, because they were already in the city, so they don't need that coconut. Sorry.
Wow.
So I
But you see,
accessed it, and I did that because I wanted to be financially liberated. I'm like, why are we going on an excursion in the school and everybody is having some money to buy something at trade fair? And Rasta man, I will just be there watching people. I was so angry. The thing was getting to me. So I had to make a change. And I took that step, and that was all. That thing carried me to SS in the university. University, everybody know me as, if you need anything, just come to class. If you need fridge, if you need oil, if you need ladies' panties, if you need anything, you just call me because I sell everything. I was selling everything. I was selling computer. I was selling, and you see, I wasn't having the money. I wasn't having the things. So if you give me quickly, I'll run to Accra, get it for you, and take my share, and I'm done. So the whole mindset change and the whole financial break free is the whole idea. I'm not doing this. And in fact, as I told you, I wanted to even pass on information. I still have the text on my phone. The day I sent the thing to Choco and said, I just wanted to share this on your platform so you can show to people because I am folding my gloves. I am done. I've helped enough people, and I think from this year I should concentrate on myself. And you always say, nobody wants to share that. And I'm like, why? You people, you don't want information because you have followers. You don't want information for the people. I said, no. And here I am because my wife was like, are you not done? You told me you are done. I said, yes, I was done. I was done.
now
But,
getting started.
and then the whole thing. So people ask that question every day. Why? Why are you so concerned? I'm like, yes, I'm concerned because I am enjoying better environment. I'm seeing better opportunities. Me myself, I'm a product of the better community and environment I'm living in. And why won't you taste it? Why do you want to stay in that mediocre? Even if you don't want to stay here, I tell people, look, come and enjoy it. Come and taste it. Then when you finish, go back. I'm not saying you should all stay here. When you taste it and you enjoy it, your children enjoy it. If you finish, go back to Ghana and go and stay, or go back to Nigeria, or go back to wherever you are coming from, and go and stay there. But when they
But this is
come 1, 2, 3 years, then I say, oh,
this,
we are not going back. Oh. I say, you are not going back. Go.
the
Sorry.
answer for it is very simple. I became aware of this thing a while back,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the conversations come back to this Ubuntu. I am
Oh, yeah, Ubuntu.
because
Yes. Yes.
I am because
Mm-hmm.
you are,
Because we are,
and you
yeah.
got a lot of those concepts. A lot of us make progress, and we want to be selfish when we make
Yeah.
progress.
Yeah.
But we don't realize that by being the only golden balls in your village, that those are the balls everybody plucks.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, the sheer weight of everybody on your balls is going to be
Exactly.
painful. It is going to be painful. It
Mm-hmm.
is better that you let your brother also shine and your cousin shine so that after a while, I mean, I don't know, myself and my friends, we used to have a few friends who stayed back a little bit and they needed help. And occasionally they'll
Mm.
come to you,
Yeah.
to give me $100, Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
$50, Charlie. And it became a nuisance at some point.
Yeah.
Then within the group of friends, we all decided that everybody was going to kick everybody's backside and we were
Mm-hmm.
all going to grow. I've
Yeah.
done this with about 3 or 4 circles of friends, but this is my university friends.
Mm.
At the moment, what is really exciting with me and my university friends is that nobody
Mm.
needs anything from anybody. You
Exactly.
don't need to worry. when one of them calls you. None of them needs a thing from you.
Exactly.
Everybody,
Exactly.
everybody, and the friendship is so relaxed. You don't need to start thinking, hey, is she going to ask for somebody? Hey,
Yep.
hey, what does
Yep.
she want? Should I answer the call? Should I not answer the call? You can pick the phone call in confidence, knowing that none of them
Exactly.
is ever going to disturb your peace
Yep.
with whatever.
Yep.
If they ever need something, it's emotional
Mm-hmm.
support, or maybe just some guidance, some TLC. That's about it. But there are also some
Yeah.
friendship circles where people refuse to move and they just want and want and want and want and want. And yes, it
Mm-hmm.
rains. So Ubuntu, I
Great.
wanted Selassie to
Yeah.
answer himself, and I wanted to add, we care because when you are, we all are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
would disturb my
Yeah.
inbox. If I tell you the kind of images I get, people's intestines falling out, Sister Amma, please save the child. Somebody's husband is cutting off her neck. Please save the wife. And then, you know, so the children are sitting on some stupid thing to study, Sister Amma. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at all these things. I'm like, listen, I want you to learn. That's why. And Selassie, you see, now that we refuse to share your content, are you
Hmm.
not grateful that we
Oh yes.
forced you to?
Oh yes, I am. I am because you get opportunity to do it on a larger scale. Where
Exactly.
I always tell people, even if two people, three people out of 7,000 gets the opportunity, I am happy. I'm on Choco's subscribers platform on your platform, and I always get excited when people get opportunity that my visa is approved. I'm coming with my family because I know and have tasted what it is like in the other side. So I get excited about it and sharing this information. As you always say, the gatekeepers, the gate has been broken, and that is why we are here. There is no, I mean, there is no barrier to information nowadays. So we are all putting out in our own small way, in our own simple way. Anytime it's a joy. Look, I've always met, when I had opportunity to stay in Accra in that gated community, that was when in MF, maybe let me just say MF Estate, that was when when they meet, when the big guys meet, it's all about this one has parked his F-150, this one has parked his Porsche, this one has, and they are all talking about cash. They're talking, and it's laughter, it's nice. And I envisage myself with my friends in that level. I'm like, we should all meet, and they shouldn't be like, oh, this one, his mother is sick, and for 3 days they have not eaten. No, it should be that the Ubuntu spirit, as you said, I learned that Ubuntu when I was in Winnipeg. We were talking about Linux. That was when the whole thing Ubuntu started, and the thing blew my mind for a long time. Then it started in me. Then as you brought it back recently, I was just listening. I was just smiling. I'm like, that is the whole spirit.
That is
That is
it.
the
It
whole
captures
spirit.
the whole thing. It
That's
does.
it.
I
You know
am because you are, and until you make it,
exactly.
I am actually also nothing.
I'm
My
happy.
progress means very little unless you also
Hmm.
make some progress.
Oh yes.
Otherwise, ask me.
And it comes back
Ask
to
all
what
the
Goma said. That I
yeah.
mean, the you your our liberation or our independence is meaningless unless it is linked to the liberation of everyone. So if I'm liberated, I have all the money, then I'm bossy. Like how those days people come, oh, they are bossy. I'm from Abutre, I'm from UK,
Wash my
and it's
car.
as if
Wash my car.
wash my car. We have washed cars, we have washed dresses, and it's like, what is it there that this guy will not tell us? Hmm? They won't tell you. And now we have broken the gene and the information, and it keeps coming and it keeps coming and current one. And somebody asked me recently, and I mean, we were on a platform, he was trying to denigrate an information. And I said, listen, if I put out an information and you think otherwise, go on Google, go and research, go and read, go and do your due diligence. Don't come and attack me here because mine is to search for the information and put it out. And I've done that. If you think otherwise, go beyond me and go and find out because there is no blockade anymore. Nobody's preventing you from seeing it anymore. It's out there. So it is up to you to also do your due diligence and go up. So I think people should get out of their shells, get out of their comfort zone, and let's move because a time is coming. You may not even get my number to call me again. You may not even get an opportunity to interact with me. And you may be dying and I may not be there. So we need to, move. Yes.
And you've made a very critical point.
Yeah.
I remember when I was beginning to streamline and I was telling people that I was going to get to a point where I would be inaccessible. And
Exactly.
people were in my inbox straight away. Hello. Yes. Robert, hi. Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
could say thank you so much. I was looking at the French and I was thinking, oh, stop. I will need to go and translate. Really appreciate it. Listen,
Yeah.
I I have been on this journey with a lot of our people. I have been trying to get people to understand that we are also individuals. We haven't made it. We
Exactly.
are trying to make it. Me, I haven't made it. I am trying to make it, but I don't want to wait and make it before I show the way to you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to share the journey I am trying to use to make it so that you and I go on the journey together, so that when we make it, we
Exactly.
all make it together. And it is the
Exactly.
Ubuntu spirit for me. It's the same thing with forcing people like Selassie to come on the content creation arena. It is one of the things that I have been pushing because I am aware of the restrictions of my time and my inability to do all these things. I can't host all
Yeah.
these interviews. I cannot bring all these conversations. Is it time? You off to sleep? Or are you still chilling? Yeah. Let me wish you good night anyway. Well, he didn't see your hello. You might want to do it again. So, lastly, this is what you got. Hello, hello,
Oh, hello, hello, hello.
hello, hello.
Hello, boss.
Good night. Love you. Can you stop talking that nonsense? I love you the most. You cannot compete. Yeah, Senna, if it's Japa all the way, that's fine. Each one of us knows your assignment. And in fact, Japa all the way is also good for me because, to be honest, when you stay in your little corner, you are also quite restricted in what you know.
Yeah,
You are limited what you know.
exactly.
If you begin to jaka, that's when you begin to see life.
Mm,
When you
mm.
walk outside your backyard, you go to see some big fishes doing some crazy stuff. And you're
Oh,
like,
yes.
hey, I have been joking all along. Hey, in your village, you think you are the kingpin. You are nothing.
Exactly.
Sometimes it takes leaving your backyard to
Mm,
go to other people's territories. You will see what looked like a plantation in your village is only a backyard
mm-hmm.
garden.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
The plantation in your village is the backyard garden in other
It's
people's
true.
land. And you upgrade the dream and you take it to places. I want to
Yeah.
actually wrap it up today. I have to bring
Mm.
Selassie back because Selassie and I will have so much to talk about.
Mm.
Content I wanted Selassie to oh, can you hear me? It was funny. So can you hear me? You can hear me. Just say yes so I know you can hear me. If not,
Yes,
also
I
let
can
me
hear
know,
you.
please, so I can
Yeah.
fix the audio. Can you can hear me? Excellent, excellent. So
Yeah.
the reason why when you wanted me to share your information and I refused to share your information is purely simple. How much information could you give me?
Yeah.
And how many hours could I dedicate to sharing
Mm.
that information? Why did I need to come to
Exactly.
you to be the gatekeeper, to get information, to come and share with the people when you yourself could have direct access to the people and give them the information?
Mm-hmm.
But more
Mm.
importantly, as a teacher, I could also inspire you to get started with building your little media empire, which could change your life and your generations to come.
Exactly.
I didn't want to be the only one on the platform. I want you also to have your platform. And then when you have
Mm.
made a platform, I also want you to commit to
Mm-hmm.
challenging more people to get on their own platforms. Facebook has so much
Exactly.
space. All of us can create our platforms. All of us travel and see if only more people will understand this.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Missy. It's good to see you. Niger grandmama. I have always wanted to be a Niger, and now this my grandma has stolen this Niger journey from Ubuntu. We will
Yeah.
all learn the principles and we will have to apply them. But let's
Exactly.
wrap up content
Hmm.
creation a little. So lastly, I dare say, for me, it is the
Hmm.
one thing that has changed my life completely and has the potential to transform it to crazy territories.
Hmm.
Share your experiences on that one for us. Why am I so
On.
crazy about this content creation thing?
All right, Zama. Thank you. I think content creation has now moved beyond the Akan drama and the Thursday theaters that we used to watch. Um, Now the gate, as we said, is open to everyone. The platforms are there, and it is one area that you can easily make it financially. I've had opportunity to train with you and to train with others, and I've seen the difference. I've seen the difference. When I started this journey, I was scared. I was like, how will I on camera? Why will I do this? Because you see, we saw it from a different perspective. In fact, we were exposed to the rough ones. If I say rough, like to the booga booga ones first. So you were made to think that all those on those kind of things are riffraff. They are not. I mean, what is this? They are just talking. You say they are content creation there. But ever since I got in touch with you and I got in touch with Choco and all the people that I've been in touch with now, I've seen a different perspective. Look, you've seen people having 7 million, 8 million followers. And even if they are being paid $0.00001 multiplied by 7 million, they are still comfortable in their zone. People are making money out of this. People are using this for so many opportunities. And as we started, you told me that I should do this, I should do that, I should do that. At first, I was skeptical. I was pulling back. I was holding back a lot of. Even I'm still now getting out of myself a little bit because sometimes it gets to me and you want to shelve a little bit, but you kept pushing me, guys. Content creation is not just the matter of for fun. I mean, Nigerians have made it seem like it's for only jokes, and people have always. I mean, it goes beyond that. There is a whole empire you can build. In fact, Oprah, CNN, Richard Quest, all those guys, they started from a certain space, a certain level, and theirs was on a bigger platform, so they were able to scale up quickly. But from our part of the world, you have to start from the scratch and scale up. And even up to now, a lot of countries are not being monetized. A lot of countries are not being monetized. So content creation from this part of the world, if you want to get into content creation and do it well, and you want to build an empire out of it, it is easy. But the word is but. My pastor would say a concentrated conjunction. But is you need to do it right. If you don't do it right, you mess up yourself and you
Slow
become.
down and let's just hear
He
this
said,
empire building. Let just give some simple accounts of the things that a person can do in this empire building with your Facebook page, the kind of earnings
hmm.
that you can get as a simple professional who's just started. Share some with us.
"Oh, you can." In fact, if not for certain things, I can tell you that people are making 50,000, $20,000 a month on these pages, on YouTube, on Facebook alone. People cash out a lot of money, which me as a teacher I don't get in a month, and that is just monthly earnings. Monthly earnings, people are doing 25, $30,000. And for how many followers? You know, even these are people who have not even hit the 1 million followers. But by the grace and by doing the right thing. And you see, I always want to put out that, as you said, you always tell us, those who come with the sensationalism always don't last. The gossips. talking about people, talking about that, talking. They are always talking about somebody doing fights. I mean, those ones don't sell. Those ones they don't last. At the end of the day, they are gone. But if you want to build this and build it well, you need the right structures. You need to start right. For me, I was glad I met you through Choco's page. I mean, because the whole idea was, how do I do this? I want to do this right. I don't want to go, I don't have the courage and the time to do like what Julie Jonas does on the street all the time. No, I don't have that kind of charisma. I don't have that kind of character. So I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something structured. And gladly I met you, I met the Choco. Choco will tell you for him, if led, he does his own when the spirit leads him. And I think I have a similar thing. And with your structure coming in, oh my goodness, I am comfortable. I'm very comfortable as things are moving. That is basically because I put in the time and I put in the dedication. So guys, if you want to start this content creation, I'm telling my friends, all of them, look, get in. You have camera, you have a phone. The phone that it doesn't, you don't even make $100 out of that phone every month, but you still pay money for it. So why won't you? I mean, start something in this area. They see it as a fluke. They see it as a mirage. So you know what I mean? And those people on the internet, they're just talking, talking, talking. I said, well, you can also talk. You have something to sell
Show them
because
some of the things you get out of it. And I think sometimes that's the most powerful testimony.
oh
When
yes,
you tell people about the 25, $30,000, they think it's not real.
oh
But
yes,
if you can show them some stars that you get, if
mm.
you can show them. So these days you can get stars in most places. You can get
Oh yes.
stars. People
In
do
fact,
some
my
stars.
my personal page was, I mean, I was just there. Facebook said you can now activate your stars are activated, and I was confused. I was like, stars. Then I went to read, and I sat down. I'm like, oh, this is what it means. So this is what it is,
This is monetization.
and
This is the
I never
beginning of
knew.
monetization. Yes.
So they kind of pay you for the content you put out there. And it's exciting to be doing something you love and at the end of the day and getting paid. And it is not because of the money per se, but at the end of the day, for me, it's just like an addendum. It comes at the back of it. Because no matter what you do, how you put out content, the information you give out every day, the information all the other guys just as nice they put out, it's so much of a value that you need to pay to sit in a professional classroom to learn some of those things. But you put it out there for free. So I believe it is time that we all get the things right. We all get the basics right. If you don't get the basics right, you are going to mess up. Look, from on top of the content creation, you can build a lot of empires. The businesses, people are paying for adverts. It costs a lot to pay for adverts. I tried it when I was in Ghana. I wanted to do a TV, a radio advert on this Christian radio. What is the name? Is this Sunny FM? I ran an
It's
advert
a
on Sunny
thousand
FM.
thousands of yeah.
It cost me a lot of money for a little business I was doing. And I'm like, and they were going to play that thing for just 30 seconds
Yep.
for like in a week or once a week, and they play for 1 month. And I paid a lot of money. That was back in 2017, 2018. And if you have a page, you can do your own adverts, you can run, and you are reaching thousands at the same time. So businesses, individuals, entrepreneurs, people can benefit from this platform. This platform is not for jokes. It's not for watching funny videos. It's not for watching. No, you got to get value out of it. Until you do that, it will seem like a normal thing that everybody is doing. So for me, I will encourage people. I mean, sign up to Sister Ama's class. It's amazing, amazing, and it's cheap. Because the thing is, I saw other platforms before coming here, and they were charged the money they were quoting. I'm like, damn, I can't
My
pay.
mentors always tell me I'm a clown for, and especially this link you can see is the 50% off. As soon as I put it up, my mentor was like, then make it bloody free for everybody. And I'm like, okay. Say that it's a bloody free course, and then that's the
Exactly,
end. Okay.
exactly.
I am from where I'm from. I do know that we have financial challenges. I
Mm-hmm.
do know a lot of people who really would like to access, but they are limited by the
Yeah.
funds.
Yeah.
So when I can, I reduce it to make it accessible. But yeah, I have been teaching people how to do this the right way. And now I have so many successful people that you can go see their pages and you would know that the formula works because it's not just
Oh, the
working for
formula
men.
works. It
It is
works.
not working for women. It is not just working for black people. Even the green people are benefiting, the blue people are
Yes.
benefiting. It's
Yes.
a proven blueprint. It now has a solid track record. And
Mm-hmm.
those who are willing to learn it and apply it have a lot to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you get inspired by Selassie. Selassie has brought himself media empire. He
Mm.
is running his own businesses, he's advertising his own businesses. And in fact, if Selassie turned around in 3, 4 years and said he didn't want to teach again, he would have built something solid and he wants to take time to focus on working for himself. It would be very feasible, it would be very
Yeah.
possible. And I would
Yeah.
be so honored to see that journey. I would like to see the inspiration he brings to the table. And I hope the rest of you don't become spectators.
Hmm.
It's happened to so many of you. People will come, Amma, do you remember when you first opened your page? Oh, how I wish I opened my page too. And I'm like, start today. It's
Yeah.
better that we all go together. We don't have any
Mm-hmm.
spectators. We need to build you whilst we build me, whilst we build Selassie, because Ubuntu, if you are not, I am nothing.
And not. Yeah. Yeah.
If you are not, I'm nothing. You hear a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who come out of poor areas, they go become very successful, and then nobody else becomes successful. And people will
Mm-hmm.
say you are an outlier. Well, as an outlier, you are nothing. And yes,
Exactly.
sometimes I've told you stories of delivery guys coming to my door who think I am my maid. You know why? Because all the women they see at the door in this region are maid servants.
Mm. Mm.
All the women like me who answer the
Wow.
door are the maid
Wow.
servants in the houses. Yes, my house is a villa. So they come to the villa not expecting a person who looks like me to be the person who is receiving the order. I get that all
Wow.
the time. Even today, I went to the delivery guys. I have a contract in place. The person who created the account for me already knew me because I gave him my
Okay.
Emirates ID, saw the documentation he needed to go do whatever. So he's cool. But I went
Yeah.
today and I met his colleague and I said to the person, "Oh, I do have a merchant account. I'm here." And you could see his face like, "Hmm? Give me your telephone number." I gave him my
Mm.
telephone number. He says, "No, no account, no account." I'm like, "Habibi, I do have account. Wait, I'll give you the account number." So I open my email and I give him the account number. He puts it in. And you could see his surprise looking at me
Yeah.
because I don't fit the profile. I am suffering.
Yeah.
People don't think I am me because not enough meats have made it. This is my problem.
Exactly.
Ubuntu, you will
Exactly.
be isolated if you are the only one who make it. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
It is a
Mm-hmm.
tough, tough, tough,
Mm-hmm.
tough call. People would think you are
Yeah.
your own maid servant because they are used to only people who look like you being maid
It's
servants.
true.
You go
It's
to
true.
places and you have to prove to people that you are you. People will look
Mm.
at your Airbnb and think you are a housekeeper because they are not used to
Oh yes.
people like the owners of it. This is the
Exactly.
problem. Ubuntu, if you are not, I am nothing.
Yeah.
My achievements still mean nothing because people don't recognize that it's mine.
Mm.
In fact, because you are poor, people think I'm a thief if I've made it. You must make progress, you hear me? Because if you don't
Yeah.
make progress, progress means nothing. Because all the people who look like me are financially challenged. If I go to the designer shops and I want to look at things, you should see how they. Today, I went with
Oh
Walter
yes.
to a place to go look at the thing. There were about two pathetic people who are stood there. They are not even going to buy anything because you can tell it from when you go to a shop and you see people who have time, they are window shopping. But of
Mm-hmm.
course,
Mm-hmm.
these people are light. So this idiot is dedicating all his time. I held a dress. I actually did want to buy the dress. It's International Day in my school next week.
Okay.
My home group is doing Turkey, so this was my nice opportunity to buy an outfit so that I don't need to scramble next weekend and buy it and
Mm.
so on. But this guy, I touched it. I stood there for 1 minute. I even said, "Excuse me." Then he ignored me. I said to Walter, "Well, let's go. Walter, let's
Wow.
go, let's go, let's go." Because me, I will not stand here for one
Wow.
second. Yes, he looked at me and Walter and decided that we could not buy what he had.
Mm.
We're joking. Walter and I were joking about it. You can buy the shop and even the person if you wanted to, but he will not even realize it.
Sure.
You know why? Because Ubuntu, a lot of you haven't made it, so he thinks I can't afford
Yeah.
one stupid
Yeah.
outfit in. Yes, hey, voila! I'm not joking.
Hmm.
Even today, he didn't think I could buy the outfit, so he didn't see the need to come talk to me. He saw the
Sure.
other girls. Those women will not buy a thing because we're touching. You know when people are window shopping with no intention, they touch
Mm-hmm.
this,
Mm-hmm.
this. Uh-uh. I was there because I saw that outfit on Friday, and I had an opportunity to come. I wanted to buy the outfit. It looked nice. He wouldn't.
Hmm.
Why would he not speak to me? Because Ubuntu, all the African girls he sees will not be able
Yeah.
to. So he looked
Yeah.
at me, decided I could not afford it. If you are not,
Yeah.
I am nothing. My progress
Exactly.
means nothing. It really means nothing. People will stop you in your fancy car because you are the only one who drives it. Until all your brothers drive the same fancy cars, police will stop and search you all the time.
Oh
You will
yes.
look like
Oh yes.
that Ubuntu thing. It goes very deep, you know.
It goes very
It
deep
is.
because I'm telling you the fact that sometimes even when I came to the US, some of the teachers, they feel we are not up to because most of our kind that they see are not the kind that get up to that level of education and everything. So they try to skew you to a certain way, but after some time, when we go for PLCs and they see and they hear and they're like, oh, hold on a minute, who is this guy? Then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, so you guys thought we were dumb,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Because all the colored people they see and they hear, they are not up there.
You are
They are not
nothing
up there.
if you think you are
So,
nothing. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. If they don't become, you also mean nothing. That's the sad thing.
exactly.
Your progress means
Exactly.
if you make that progress alone. And that's why some of us
Hmm.
are sitting on these platforms banging on about your mindset and banging on come
Yep.
for courses.
Yep.
Sometimes we even give courses for free and we have to beat you and beat you until you come. But we won't stop because until you become, my progress,
Exactly.
I have to beat you till you
Exactly.
do it because I need you to become so that my progress is meaningful. We must change the narrative.
In
It's
fact,
simple.
it makes your progress nice. You progress well, effectively. Because
And now,
when they ask me that same question, I'm like, no, if they are all here, now we are not going to talk about cities, we are not going to talk about Naira anymore. We are going to talk about 1 million, thousands. That is where the conversation will go. We are not going to be talking about can you give me some $20? Can you give me some 100 cities? And those no. And I just want to add this. I changed my language as well right before I came to Ghana. So when I started, right before I came to the US, and when I came here, my language has remained the top one because if I say language in the sense that I don't speak, I stopped speaking little things, hundreds. Oh, let's go and buy this thing. It's 50 Ghana cedis. Let's go and buy this. And I said, no, all my colleagues when they're like, "Ah, why is it that one is?" I said, I'm selling this car and it's 20,000. They're like, hey, we have to go and take loan and top up. And I said, 20,000 is nothing. If you convert it to dollars, it's not even up to $400. Why are you people making it look like 20,000 is the whole world? And I made mockery of the money, the value, and they didn't know it was a psychological thing. I said, you guys are not where I am because I want to do that so that now you mentioned those monies and like, oh, now I just 3 months, 4 months, I'll get it.
yeah,
It sounds
yeah,
like that, and that is the whole idea. Change your mindset. In fact, I told people in Ghana, in Nigeria, I say start converting your salary to dollar. It gives you a lot of appreciation of how things are. Then you can either get out of it or you want to continue to stay in it. Because if you don't, you feel, oh, 10,000 naira, 20,000, 50, 1 million naira. It sounds big in your eyes. But in the reality of things, it's more. Even our government, they don't even trade in our own currency. They trade in the dollars and they trade in the pounds and the yens and all that. So why are you thinking in cities or thinking in shillings? Why won't you think in the global currency? That way you appreciate and you can situate yourself and say, oh, okay, I'm nowhere. Oh, okay. Now you see how small, how little. As you said, your plantation is somebody's back garden. You know.
It is somebody's pot. It's not even a garden. It is somebody's potted plant. Somebody's pot.
So
Yeah.
me, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep. I mean, I'm telling people, listen, this page has come to stay, and this page has come to actually. It brought out a different part of me. I'm like, okay, now I can do this comfortably. I am pushing
Yes.
people. People are in my WhatsApp every day. They say, "Oh, do I accept?" Somebody came yesterday that the school is giving him $58,750 a year for 10 months, and he has 4 years experience. I'm 4 years. He has taught for just 4 years, and I'm like, for 4 years experience, and I give you this kind of money, and you want to ask me whether to accept it or not? At least I don't know what to tell you, because that is a whole. Because you need about 10 years to even get that kind of money. So if the school is giving you this and you are in Ghana and you are asking me that question, you see how they think. They think it's their thinking is so small. But we'll get there.
Because we went to make progress yesterday. Most
Yeah.
of us don't realize that progress is a journey. You
Oh
actually
yeah.
must start from
Yes.
principles. The problem with most of our people is that we want to circumvent systems. What we don't know is that by going through the systems, you also build a discipline to maintain systems.
Yes.
We don't know. We
Yes.
want to raise capital immediately, but if people
Mm-mm.
give you money cheaply, you will not respect the money. You will lose it instantaneously too. The suffering,
Exactly.
the sweat, the tears. Me, I have earned every dime in my bank account. I know exactly how much tears, sweat, and blood brought it. So no, you are
Mm-hmm.
not getting access to my dime easily. And so my money is going to stay for quite a while because I will not lose it cheaply. This same me, if
Exactly.
somebody were to be gifting me money and I didn't know how the money came to my account, that money is going to be treated irresponsibly and it's going to go like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The discipline to keep the
The
money
discipline.
is actually learned
Yeah.
in the sweat, blood, and tears for making it.
Yeah.
Remember that. You
Yeah.
have to be willing to go through the rank and file. You will learn a lot in the rank and file. The
Mm.
building of your page, the growing of the page, the approach to 10,000 will teach you a lot of things. We're talking backstage about some of the things that you need to start
Yeah.
doing security wise.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't do it, the page is gone. You have to be very careful. You have to put certain things in place. You will learn it because at 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, they will start playing games with you and you
Yeah.
notice it. Then
Yeah.
you tighten the systems. At 10,000, they'll play new games with you. When you hit 100,000, they will take you to a different level. But you see, by the time you get to 100,000 on your page, you know the game. And so
Yeah.
it's very,
Yeah.
very unlikely that some of their games will work because you know.
Don't work. Yeah. Yeah.
Com, we want to pay you 15,000 a week for running ads on your page. You laugh, ha 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 ha,
Oh yeah.
clowns.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They started long ago when we hit 3,000, and they
yes.
all kind of emails, and I'll just delete it. I'll just laugh. I just smile. I'm like, you people, you don't know.
Reauthorize your Facebook page here. And when they first start, it is very cheap tactics. But as you are
Exactly.
growing, you also began to see the sophisticated ones, right?
Oh wow.
It will get very sophisticated. Oh, it
Wow.
will get very sophisticated. Yes. And some of them will look very similar to Facebook. You have to be very, 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 very mindful of those things. But you see,
Mm.
because you've seen the smaller ones, when the bigger ones come, you are at least aware.
Aware.
People
Yeah.
who are giving or people who buy the viewers who buy these things and it comes on the page, boom, once you haven't really had time to go through the rank and file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one day you're sitting on a big account, but you are not aware of the security process that you
Exactly.
should have gone through. They'll take it off you. They'll take it off. And that's why a lot of these big, big accounts go. It's because the way the account grew was not really authentic or original.
Authentic.
If you grow the
Yeah.
account organically, you don't go through some of these things. You don't get to go through the fire. And so when the fire comes, well, it devours you. But
Yeah.
Selassie, you are amazing. I really
Thank
appreciate
you
your
so
time.
much.
I said I wanted to steal an hour. It's a Sunday.
In fact, our time is so small because we have a lot to discuss, a lot of things. Because me
We are
myself,
not
we are on
You will
holidays
come.
now, so
Ah,
yes.
I hate you. I hate you, Selassie. Ah,
Mine
Selassie, I hate
started from yesterday. In fact, I had some work days that I just took an addition. I'm like, okay, just
Thunder
gonna chill.
fire your dash. Ah, I'm so jealous.
Last time you were home for like 2 weeks on midterms, and I didn't go.
Thunder fire you still.
So I'm chilling. I'm chilling for the whole of this month. In fact, yesterday I just decided to just lay low and rest and just relax.
Hey,
Mm.
ah,
So
Selassie,
Monday
this
you
one,
see action.
it's painful. It's painful. Hey, the whole month of June, then the
Yes.
whole month of July. Ah, thunder fire your dash. I want to trade places with you. Okay. Apple, you can hear Selassie has time, so please get in and schedule another time for us to continue
Yes,
this.
yes, yes, yes. We
Yes,
need
yes,
to we
there's a
need to tell people
whole lot
about this thing.
to talk
Mhm.
about. And those of you watching on Selassie's page, thank you very much. Those of you watching on my
Yeah,
page, and I also encourage you to go and look for his page. His page is Mr.
yeah.
O.com. Go click on it. If you know anybody who is interested in Japa, if you have come to my inbox, sister, I'm not going to talk any Japa. Go. These are the guys talking Japa. I'm bringing those guys and I'm showing you. You've met Peter Bewa last
Yeah.
week. Peter is definitely one who is currently a student. He knows the things you need to do to be a student and to sustain your
Mm-hmm.
studentship. He is somebody who only recently came on scholarship, so he can talk to you about scholarships. I've never
Exactly.
been a funded student. I can never talk to you about scholarship. I have not gone on any scholarship. I'm
Yep.
self-funded.
Yep.
So those of you who want to pay from your pocket, come to mama. I'll show you. But don't ask me about scholarship. I don't know any scholarship awarding bodies because I've never really bothered to find them out. I've never used it.
Yeah.
Go to mro.com. He can tell you how to take your teaching licenses and convert your teaching. He's done it. Me, I cannot tell you anything about any teaching license. Sister, so what do we do with the teaching license from Winneba? And I'm looking at you like, I don't have a teaching license from Winneba. I don't know. You know, sometimes when people ask me these questions and I genuinely answer them, they think I'm joking.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I've
sister,
had that.
I am not
Mm,
Ghanaian trained. I
yeah.
don't have Ghanaian teaching qualification. So
Yeah.
I don't, sister, is it better to go to Winneba or should I go to Cape Coast? And I'm like, Cape Coast is also doing education at the moment. Yeah, I didn't know.
Mm,
I
mm.
don't know. Go and find the real custodians of the information.
Yeah.
I am trying to spotlight them for you. This week, I think on Tuesday, fingers crossed, I will bring you the millionaire himself. Choco is coming on Tuesday.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
I know. Choco Millionaire
That's
is
good.
coming. Choco
That's good.
is exciting. Choco
Yes.
is just insane on many levels. And I'm so looking
Yeah.
forward to bringing Choco on for you guys to meet Choco, to hear what I love about Choco's platform at the moment is how he is also busily sanitizing and putting some of you in order. Today,
Exactly.
I was telling some
Exactly.
of you, don't have any business telling me at my age what to wear and what not to wear.
Exactly.
And you were sharing your body to men. I can go naked, it's my body. I can do this. It's my body. At my age, I am
Yeah.
allowed to do anything I want. If you can watch it, watch it. If you can't watch it, go home. At my age, I'm
Yeah.
beyond advice. So that's right. I am beyond advice. My mother tried advising me when I was a young girl. It didn't work. My pastor tried. It didn't work. They have all given up. I was listening to, and there was one talk out yesterday. He's like, if you come to his page and you try to script him on how to speak and what to talk about, he will block
Uh-huh.
you. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Eh." So yeah, Chocolate will be on sometime this week. I think it's likely to be on.
Wow.
We will let you
That's
know
good.
when all events are confirmed. Very exciting. But Selassie, thank you so much for the time. I
Sama,
really,
thank you so much for having me.
it's my
I
pleasure.
really, I really enjoy, I really enjoy our conversation, and I'm telling people that hey, you need content creation courses. She's the one. You want the coach. She's the one. You want somebody to teach you how to speak. In fact, I wanted to even sign up for the speaking, but in fact, it's it's a whole level because sometimes you think you know it, but you realize that when you are put on the stage, then
Yeah.
everything freezes. you know.
Yes.
So if you are looking for any of these, you want to build an empire, she's the person to go to. She's the one to
Come.
talk to. The courses are cheap. They are easy to run. I mean, they are self-paced. It's not rushed. You take your time. You understand a lot of things. And she's a teacher as well, so she knows how to teach. So don't go for people who are not teachers who want to take your money. I mean, yes, it's expensive. This is why you can get it cheapest. Since Amma is the best. So for now, in fact,
I am so grateful. God bless you. So we will be back here
yeah,
at our next available slot so we can carry on the conversation.
no
Those of you
problem.
who have questions that you want to raise with Selassie, send them to my inbox so
Yeah,
that I will raise those questions with Selassie when we make the next date.
any
But to the
question?
rest of
Yeah.
you, Akbekaka, and thank you. Thank you,
Akpe
Selassie.
now how? Akpe now how? Come on, Nigga.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
Dava. Bye.